before the world rushes in with its demands and distractions. You have a moment right here, right now, to shape the course of your day. Take this moment seriously. It's more than a habit, it's a ritual of self-respect. Every morning, begin with gratitude. Look around, think about the breath in your lungs, the strength in your bones. You woke up today. That alone is a gift. Don't take it lightly. Set a clear intention. What will you achieve today? Not in the eyes of others, but for your own journey? Define your purpose, don't let the day define you. Discipline is your secret weapon. It's a gift. It's easy to dream, easy to want. But what separates the dreamers from the doers is the decision to show up day after day, regardless of how you feel. Remember, discipline isn't punishment, it's power. Focus on service. When you wake up, think about who you can help, who you can lift. Success isn't just about what you achieve, but the lives you impact along the way. Even a small act of kindness changes the world. Stay humble. Remember where you started, the struggles you've faced, and the lessons you've learned. Let humility be the anchor that keeps you grounded. Confront your fears. Don't let them control your actions. Fear is a liar. It builds prisons around opportunities. Step out of that cage, because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. Believe in yourself. The world will tell you what you can do. Ignore that noise. Every great story starts with someone who believed when no one else did. Stay in the moment. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is uncertain. All you have is today now. Don't waste it living in the past or worrying about the future. Speak positivity into your day. Words have power. Start with affirmations that remind you of your strength, your worth, your potential. And finally, visualize your dreams. See them. Feel them. Let that vision fuel your steps today. Every choice you make brings you closer to or further from that vision. Remember, how you start your day shapes how you live your life. So listen to this every morning and live with purpose. Take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect. This moment isn't just a pause, it's an opportunity to set the tone for your entire day. And it all begins with gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation of a strong, purposeful life. It's easy to overlook the simplest blessings when we're chasing the next goal, solving the next problem, or facing the next challenge. But when you pause and acknowledge the good that already exists, you shift your entire perspective. You stop focusing on what you lack and start recognizing the abundance around you. You realize that every breath, every heartbeat, and every moment is a gift. Think about this: you woke up this morning. Not everyone did. That breath you just took, that's not something you earned, it's something you've been given. The strength to get out of bed, the ability to face a new day, it's a blessing. There are people in this world who would give anything for the things we often take for granted: clean water, a safe place to sleep, or the chance to make a difference. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful when life is easy or when things go your way. It's about finding something to appreciate even in the struggle. Because every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a lesson in disguise. Every moment of difficulty is shaping you into a stronger, wiser person. When you start your day with gratitude, you don't just acknowledge what you have, you begin to see the hidden value in everything, both the good and the bad. Carry this mindset with you throughout the day. Let gratitude be your guide. When stress hits, remember the things that bring you joy. When challenges arise, focus on the strength you've already built. When you're tempted to complain, pause and consider how far you've come. This simple practice of gratitude won't just change your day, it will change your life. Because a grateful heart is a powerful heart. It sees possibilities where others see obstacles. It finds peace in the middle of chaos. It turns ordinary moments into extraordinary gifts. So start your morning here. Be grateful. Everything else will follow. Setting a clear intention every morning is more than just deciding what you want to do. It's about defining who you want to be, how you want to live. It's like drawing a map for your day, giving direction to your actions, thoughts, and energy. Without intention, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the current takes you. But with a clear intention, you take control of the journey. You don't just react to life, you lead it. When you wake up, before the demands of the day flood in, ask yourself one powerful question: what do I want to achieve today? And why does it matter? This isn't just about a to-do list, it's about your purpose. Maybe today you want to be more patient, more focused, or more courageous. Perhaps you aim to make progress on a goal, no matter how small. Whatever it is, be specific. Vague intentions lead to vague results. Instead of saying, I want to be productive, say, I will complete this project and give it my full attention. Clarity is power. Intentions are about aligning your actions with your values. They remind you of what's important, keeping you grounded when distractions arise. Throughout the day, you'll face moments of doubt, temptation, or frustration. When you have a clear intention, you have something to return to, a guiding principle that keeps you on track. It's your anchor. When the world pulls you in different directions, your intention brings you back to center. Setting an intention also shifts your mindset from passive to proactive. You're no longer just hoping for a good day, you're creating one. You're making a conscious decision to show up as your best self. And here's the secret: your intention doesn't have to be grand. Even small, simple intentions like listening more, judging less, or being fully present can transform your day. Take a moment each morning to visualize your intention. See yourself living out. Feel the emotions connected to it. This practice doesn't just set the tone for your day, it programs your mind to notice opportunities, overcome challenges, and stay focused on what matters most. Don't let the day decide for you. Decide for yourself. Set a clear intention and watch how it changes not just what you do, but who you become. Embracing discipline isn't about punishment or restriction, it's about empowerment. It's a commitment to yourself, a promise that you will stay the course, even when the journey gets tough. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the quiet force that turns dreams into reality and potential into achievement. Every morning you face a choice. Will you let your emotions and circumstances dictate your actions, or will you let your commitment guide you? Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up when it's uncomfortable, when the motivation is gone, and when excuses are loud. Anyone can act when they're inspired, but discipline is about consistency, and consistency is what leads to greatness. Think of discipline as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, it's hard. It requires effort, sacrifice, and resilience. But over time, it becomes part of who you are. Small, daily acts of discipline, like getting up early, sticking to a routine.
Good morning, family. Hopefully y'all are doing amazing. I'm excited. All right. And you should be as well. Welcome to Coffee
Staying
and
focused
Crypto.
on your goals compound into powerful results.
1 second.
Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you reinforce your strength and build momentum. Discipline also brings freedom. It might seem counterintuitive, but structure and routine create space for growth and creativity. When you're disciplined, you're not controlled by impulses or swayed by fleeting desires. You're in control of your time, your actions, and your destiny. You make choices based on your values and goals, not on temporary feelings.
Good morning.
That's true freedom.
Hold on. What are you doing?
There will be days when discipline
Denzel
feels like
don't want to be
burden.
quiet. Hold on, y'all. All right, here we go. Hey, Denzel had a word for y'all this morning. Now, you know what I mean? He had a word this morning. All right, he couldn't be quiet. All right, Denzel said, "I don't care what you got going on. I'm gonna get my message through." All right, clearly, Denzel had to get his message through. So shout out Shout out to the big homie Denzel. All right. I don't know him yet, but I do feel like I'm going to know him. Feel like I'm going to be in those rooms real soon. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is episode number 240. Woo! Man, 240, y'all. We're 60 episodes away from 300, right? Can we drop some 300s in the chat box real quick? Do we got any 300 you know what I'm saying, people that's been on these episodes for 300 episodes, man? It's gonna be crazy to be able to announce 300 episodes. People already be looking at me crazy when I say I'm at episode 240, 239, 200, 100. Like, it's like people's eyes get big, right? And I'm really excited. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. What up, Tia? My dog Tia here. What up, Tia? Hey, Tia in the building. Shout out to Tuskegee. Shout out to you. Shout out to YouTube, man. YouTube is off the chain right now. We have been growing at an unbelievable rate. Shout out to India on the call. Happy to see you here. TJ Patterson. My mom's in the building on YouTube. Hey, who else is in YouTube, man? Go ahead and drop some coffee so I can shout you out this morning. And also, shout out to my obviously, my community here on Zoom, man. If it wasn't for the Zoom community, I would have never been inspired to actually have a YouTube community. So I'm really grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm really humble and I'm really thankful. And today I got a lot of stuff to cover today. Like, today is bullish. All right. Today is extremely bullish. If you're an XRP holder of any magnitude, what up, Ray Ray? We got Ray Ray in the building. Hey, Ray in the building. Hey, Ray, we got to get up soon now, Ray. All right, I miss you. Tandra, I think I got a meeting with you and Brian over here on Zoom. Tandra on YouTube. Look at that right there. I got a meeting with y'all coming up on Friday, I believe. So I'm super excited. Looking forward to our quarterly meeting that we have set up. So shout out to everybody that took the time to actually be on today's call. And one thing I will say is for you to pay attention. And I'm not talking about the regular way you spell it, but I'm talking about P-A-Y, right? Pay. It pays to pay attention, y'all. Like, if I could show y'all my portfolio, I would. But you know what, though? I ain't going to do that. This ain't about flexing. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people may not know that we're wealthy from crypto, but there will be signs. Hey, there will be signs. There will be signs, you know, and wonders. And that's how God operated. He operates, he shows you things in signs, and those signs turns into wonders. And what a wonderful time to be alive. Sheesh. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is episode number 240. And I'm coming to y'all live and direct and in full effect. And you know we're ready to get to that check today, baby. Let's go. Let's get to it today. All right. I have no more time to play games. I never was here to play games. But if you didn't know, now you know. Now I got a quick little video to show y'all real quick, a quick little video excerpt, okay? Now this is from Ron Paul. Now you're probably like, who is Ron Paul? He was a former congressman from Texas. Now we know how bullish Texas is on cryptocurrency and how really Texas is really a degen state. It's a state full of degenerates, right? Just like me. I might move to Texas, but the only thing is I don't have no exes that lives in Texas. So I feel comfortable moving to Texas because I ain't got no exes there. You know, I'm not like your boy. You know, who sung that song? All my exes live in Texas. Hey, who sung that song? I know. Hey, we got some old school hearts on the call, man. Let me know who sung that right there. All my exes live in Texas. Hey, who sung that right there, man? Hey, my boy said George Strait. Hey, you better know that, man. George Strait. All my exes live in Texas. Well, guess what? We can move to Texas because I ain't got no exes that live in Texas. I'm just playing with y'all, man. I'm not playing. I ain't got no exes in Texas. But I'll tell you right now, I know we got some DJs in Texas. So shout out to the state of Texas for being extremely bullish on cryptocurrency. And with that being said, I got a quick video to start us off before we take blast off into XRP. If you're a part of the XRP army, drop some XRPs in the chat box because today is our day. We play now.
We wanted to specific today, Chris, to talk about the Federal Reserve. We talked about that because our argument has been, you know, if you're worried about deficits, just rein in the Fed. Who would buy the debt? But that would be very, very difficult, and some people would suffer that probably didn't deserve to suffer. But they're into a financial bubble, and it's hard to turn it off. And that's what they're facing up to. So, Chris, today I would like to make a few suggestions on what we might do. Chris?
Exactly, Dr. Paul. Yeah, a lot of people ask, you know, how do you end the Fed? What do you do? Well, it is a complicated question. It's actually simple, but it's complicated because, well, the first step on the roadmap is education for people to understand. And more people today, thanks to Dr. Paul, understand what we're dealing with the Fed, but there's still a lot more that need to at least have an easy understanding of what the Fed is. And the Fed is a monopoly created by the government. And it's the worst type of monopoly over money. Money is a market function. It's not a monopoly created by government, but government created this monopoly bank, and it counterfeits. And if you look at the Constitution, there's only like 3 or 4 federal crimes. One of them is counterfeiting. So the government created a bank that counterfeits money. And what does it do with the counterfeit money? It buys government bonds. And that's what enables our government to expand into what has become the biggest government in the history of the world. And it has a $6 trillion budget, 36 trillion in the red. It's buried itself in debt. This was so predictable. So what do you do? Well, the easy question is, well, if they created it with the Federal Reserve Act, just repeal the Federal Reserve Act. That's the simple answer. But it's really not that simple because the Fed has entrenched itself in our lives. It is a part of every economic transaction. It debases the money. It's the cause of the inflation. So just repealing the act, while it would be noble, it would cause a lot of harm, like Dr. Paul said. So, but in the meantime, there are things that we can do, and we're going to talk about it in the show.
And you know what's going on with the states, I think, is fantastic. Where the states, they know the states, the Constitution of the states can't use anything else other than gold and silver as money. So therefore, states have been motivated, and I've encouraged them, is no corporate, no capital gains tax, and no sales tax for buying a gold coin or a silver coin. And so that movement's on. So that's getting back to dealing with the unit of account. And I think that's where eventually the solution has to come.
One thing that came to mind for me is a model that we could use that we're living through right now, and that's the fall of the mainstream media, because that's another institution that, you know, and again, with education, people needed to be educated, and they got an education with all the lies. I mean, they just ruined their reputation and their trust. And, you know, people lie all the time, even going back to when this country was founded, the media lies. But there was, it didn't dominate. But in our lives, the lies have dominated. And especially one event that really, I saw a big change around me, and this is anecdotal, is after COVID. People did not trust the media after what they were told about COVID and those vaccines. And then following with all the Trump stuff. So we had years and years and years of education about what the media really is these days, and they can't be trusted. And look at what happened to save us, you know, to use, for lack of a better term, and it cost Elon $40 billion to buy X. And what that was is it's competition. Now, of course, people lie on X. People lie because people lie. But at least the truth can be found on X if you search for it. On the media, you're not going to find it, no matter how hard you search. So that's what we need with money. Competition, as Dr. Paul said. Competing currencies, no more of this monopoly. And some people will still use a dollar, of course. many people, because it's just a habit and that's just all they know and that's what they're comfortable with and they don't want to change. Just like some people still, no matter how many lies are told to them, still turn on that TV and they watch the media. So people will still choose it, but there has to be competition. You have to have sound money to compete with the fiat dollar. And if we have that, we could use the fall of the media as a model to wean ourselves off of this monetary financial system that has destroyed us into something that can help us to flourish.
In the Fed, baby, in the Fed. I need y'all to drop that in the chat box. They ain't gonna like me this morning on YouTube, but listen, you can't shut me up at this point. You know, hey, I plan to be like Ron Paul. You see my boy Ron? That's gonna be Vincent Owens, Dr. Owens. Y'all gonna look up 60 years, 50 years from now. 50, 60 years from now, you're going to be like, man, everything we talked about in 2020s has started to happen. I'm telling you right now, y'all. Now, if you are enjoying today's episode so far, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and also make sure you also subscribe to our channel. Okay, now I want to go over the current state of crypto. Okay, I want you all to know something. If you have not gotten invested into crypto right now, your time is about to tick up. It's about to be over with. Now, I'm not saying you won't be able to buy cryptos, but buying cryptos at the prices that Warren Buffett bought stocks back in the 50s, the 40s, the 60s, the 70s, right? Buying crypto, because the thing about this market versus the stock market is it is way more volatile. So we could easily see this market do some explosive things as we're moving into the presidential inauguration. Now, whether you like Trump or you don't like him, I don't give a damn whether you like him or not. Okay. But what I do want to tell you is he is making some strides economically for all of us that have our money sitting in this market to be able to actually build wealth. We've never had a true opportunity to build wealth. Where you could have done it was if you were not my age and you are in your 60s and 70s right now, you could have been buying houses and land and real estate for thousands of dollars instead of millions of dollars today or hundreds of thousands of dollars today. That was your chance to build wealth. This is our real estate. This is our baby boomer moment, millennials, Gen Zs. This is our, me and you, right? You and I. This is our moment to build wealth like the baby boomers. And a lot of you all are going to miss it. A lot of you all are going to watch me get rich. And guess what? I'm not going to have no sympathy. You're not even going to be able to touch me. Hell, you won't even be able to get close to me because you won't be able to get to the Amalfi Islands. You won't be able to get to these coasts. Why? Because you won't have enough money, because there's no middle class going to be here no more. It's either you're poor or you're rich. You're either poor or you're rich. And poor stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. Imagine, I want you to fast forward to 2040 and your kids asking you, mom, dad, grandma, granddad, why are you like, what happened to us? Why are we not like them? Why are we not wealthy? You know what your answer is going to be. Get your shit together. And I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't got no more nice stuff to say. I don't got no other kind words to say, but get your shit together. Millennials, Gen Z, get it together. This is our baby booming moment. And I ain't missing it. I ain't missing it. And if you miss it, shame on you. Shame on you. With that being said, I got to play what my boy Trump said. He said that we are in the golden age of America. The golden age. Let's go.
But this will be the most exciting and successful period of reform and renewal in all of American history, maybe of global history. The golden age of America, I call it. It's begun. So it's the golden age of America, and that's what it's going to be. And we hope we don't have any intervening problems, because things happen. Like out of nowhere came the China virus. Out of nowhere came other things. We don't want to have, when I left, we had no wars, we had no problems. The Middle East was good. We did the Abraham Accords. We did things that nobody thought were even possible. But this will be.
And you know what? We've done things here on Coffee and Crypto that nobody ever thought was possible. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If you looked in a couple of our portfolios right now, if you just took a look, a little peek inside of some of our portfolios right now, they never thought it was possible. But I'm going to tell you right now that I'm a living testimony that is possible. And it's also possible for you. With that being said, I got a longish video and I need everybody to pay attention. Y'all know I don't typically play 7-minute videos on this show because usually I play clips, but this one was so important. And this video is from 2018. And this is from Sheila Bair, who back then was the head of the FDIC. She was the former chair of the FDIC. Well, guess what, family? You're going to find out real soon who she is today. Let's go.
Welcome back. So it is report card day for the country's banks. The Federal Reserve is set to release the results of the bank's stress tests later today. Joining us right now to talk more about that is the former FDIC chairman and Systemic Risk Council founder, Sheila Bair. Sheila, good to see you.
Nice to be here.
So now we've had several cycles of these stress tests.
Yes,
The rules of the game changing with the rollback of regulation, of course. What's your sense of the health of the banking system today?
Well, it's certainly a lot better than it was prior to the crisis, but I think there are a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of risk, I think, associated with protracted accommodative monetary policy. Valuations are very high. Debt levels are still pretty high by historical standards. Corporate debt is at an all-time high. So I think they need to be prepared, and I think we should be asking them to keep building their capital cushions because we're long in the cycle and we're probably going to be having a downturn in the next couple of years. And so I think it's a very bad idea to be releasing capital. But it sounds like from the press reports that the Fed's going to be permitting them to pay out more in shareholder dividends, and they're actually making an earnings, which means they would be depleting their capital.
So you're not happy with some of this rollback in regulation?
I am not at all. No, I'm very concerned about it. I think it's precisely the wrong time. These rules, the ink's barely dry on a lot of this. They're not perfect, but I think at least for the capital rules, leave them in place. Let's go through a cycle before we would tinker. And they really haven't been tested yet. And to start rolling them back now, I think is really ill-advised. Absolutely.
So I guess the taxpayer might wonder what they're supposed to be rooting for with these stress tests, because you don't want an unhealthy bank. But on the other hand, if they get a good grade, it means they're going to start reducing the cushion they have for a rainy day.
Yeah, exactly. Which I don't get. And you can still, they're very profitable. I mean, banking's back. The big banks in particular, they can still pay a nice, healthy dividend without depleting their capital. There's still plenty of room left to keep building incrementally those capital cushions. So I don't understand why the Fed would want to do this. And well, these are based on press reports. We'll see what actually happens. But it's from everybody I talked to, that is what's going to happen.
Sheila, your impression when a lot of new regulations went in on the big banks, what we felt in the market was, the inability for some of the smaller companies to get a loan.
Yeah.
So it pushed it down to the community banks.
Yeah.
What's your view? I mean, was that a good move, or how's that working out from your point of view?
That's a really good point, because if you look at who was doing the lending during the crisis, the smaller banks that had much higher capital cushions kept lending through the cycle, where the big banks that were much more highly leveraged were pulling back on credit lines, not refinancing loans.
Yes.
You probably experienced some of that. So this idea that somehow lowering capital is going to increase credit availability is just not right. If through the cycle, better capitalized banks will do more lending, and that was true with the small banks. So, and I'm here for a Women in Governance conference today. And one of the things I've been talking about is for boards, just because the Fed says you can doesn't mean you should. And you should talk with managers about what happened in the last crisis. How many customers lost their credit lines? How many customers had to be turned down for refis? We don't want that to happen again. How well prepared are they?
Yeah, there were a lot of small companies and loans that just got kicked out.
They did.
They got 30 days to go find another bank.
Yeah, exactly right.
Which is why they changed some of the rulemaking for smaller banks and lending.
Yes.
If you look at the entire financial system right now, where do you think is the greatest risk? Which institutions have taken on too much credit risk, maybe? I just think about the auto lending and how the auto lenders are really stretching to get people into cars.
Well, auto lending has been a problem for a couple of years now. And that's an area. Leverage lending is kind of out of control. Corporate debt's very high. A lot of that's market driven, but banks still have some exposure to it. And if a lot of companies get in trouble as interest rates go up and they can't refinance that debt, that's going to have a broader ramifications for the broader economy. Sometimes it's in things where you think are safe, like mortgages, right? Before everybody said mortgages were safe, it was hiding in plain sight. If you looked at the kind of mortgages that were being originated, you know that's not the case. Frankly, I worry about government debt now, not for a default, but for an interest rate shock. I think we're really straining our budget. The Treasury's having to pump out a lot of debt to pay for this tax cut, to pay for increased spending. Where's that going to go? So again, the things we think of as safe, like government debt, could pose risk on the interest rate side.
You said that you are expecting a downturn at some point.
Yeah.
How significant a downturn are you expecting in the next couple of years?
Well, I think it depends largely on the banks. We had a tremendous crisis because the banks were over levered. They had to pull back on credit, which created a highly negative impact on the real economy. If they have adequate capital cushions now to keep lending through the cycle, we won't have a severe recession. But if they're too leveraged going into this, they're going to be a source of weakness, not a source of strength for the economy.
Right. And then you've got cryptocurrencies, right? Goldman Sachs going to trade cryptocurrencies.
Now, this was 2018. This is 2018. They talking about crypto on the news. 2018. Listen to their posture then versus now.
All other digital products. You wrote an op-ed recently. It took a balanced view of why the Fed should get serious about looking at crypto, creating its own digital currency. Tell me about a Fed coin and how that would change the financial landscape.
Well, I think that's years down the road, but they do need to be looking at it. There's a lot of private efforts to have what's called a stable value digital currency. And I do think there's some, these interchange fees and checking account fees are so unpopular. If a private entity really did find a stable value cryptocurrency that would be widely accepted, I think there could be a real flight away, another different kind of bank run, a flight out of banks into that cryptocurrency, and then the Fed would lose control over the money supply. So I think that's still years off, but it's happening. There are a lot of startups, a lot of very smart people investing in these startups. From a monetary policy transmission perspective, it would be highly efficient because the whole idea, so right now, there's a main...
Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and sing for all I long for and adore.
In other words, y'all don't feel me on that. Y'all don't feel me yet. Hey, in other words, I love you. I love everybody. I love you all. But the time is now. The time is now. Y'all heard what she just said, and we didn't even finish playing it. You heard what she said. This was in 2018. If a private entity comes into fruition and they launch a stable valued coin, this will be great. Okay. Well, the time has come. In other words, David Schwartz replies to Ripple's announcement. They said, the wait is over. RLUSD launches globally tomorrow. That was on December 16th. And isn't that a coincidence that they launched it on the 240th episode of Coffee in Crypto? Okay, cool. So since the idea of RLUSD many months ago to launch in a matter of hours, I've been looking forward to more use cases realized on the XRP ledger and more liquidity on chain with a trusted stablecoin like RLUSD. Countless opportunities are here for devs and users who want the benefits of RXPL, RLUSD, and X to the R to the P. And I'm gonna play this quick clip.
The launch of Ripple stablecoin benefits the broader XRP ledger ecosystem, driving more use cases and opportunities for developers.
And users.
While XRP is the native currency on the ledger, it was built to support any type of asset, crypto or fiat, issued to trade on the DEX. Bringing more credible assets on the DEX, like RLUSD, drives direct and indirect benefits. For example, it drives more trading volume, which natively uses XRP as a bridge asset through auto bridging and generally benefits users, developers, and apps. A unique feature of the XRPL DEX is that auto bridging utilizes XRP as the native currency to facilitate trades between any two assets on the ledger. It automatically considers XRP as an intermediary to find the most efficient trading route across assets. RLUSD and XRP will complement each other because of the inherent differences of the cryptocurrencies. For Ripple's proprietary payment products, XRP will continue to be used as a bridge currency. Given the XRPL's speed, cost, and scalability, we see RLUSD being able to foster the growth of new on-chain applications like real-world asset tokenization, foreign exchange markets, and trade settlement. We're entering a growing market expected to see significant expansion, especially with stablecoins. Builders will certainly take advantage of the new opportunities presented by this ecosystem.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Okay, and if you look right here, the number one thing trending in business and finance right now on Twitter is RLUSD. Hold on, Vincent. Okay, cool. Look at this right here, y'all. Here's the official commercial for the launch of RLUSD. This is a real launch, y'all. We are not in play mode no more. Listen, like my boy Kevin said from Home Alone. He said, "Come out. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore." We not afraid no more here at Coffee and Crypto. We have done it. And now it's time to, I'm telling you right now, FU money. FU money is in full effect. It's coming. And I've been humble for way too long, and I'm going to stay humble. But them times when you see them signs, just know, FU money. Let's go.
In a world of chaos and complexity, how does nature always seem to get it right? Some things go beyond random chance or happy accident. Progress takes years of innovation, adaptation, and intuition. There are no shortcuts, just the right way. Experience. Introducing our new stablecoin. This is Ripple USD.
Sheesh. So, on Ripple's website, launched yesterday. This was their press release. Now, I need y'all to read. Read this title. Raising the standard. Raising the standard. There's already a standard for stablecoin usage. Raising the standard for stablecoins. Ripple USD launches globally. How do they launch globally? Because Ripple, the company, already has all of the money transmitter licenses from every central bank, damn near every state in the United States. We have been working on this. There was no shortcuts. This is why, look, I've been invested since 2018 in this asset. I always knew this. There were no shortcuts to doing it the right way. It takes time. And so for all of you babies out there, XRP went down. XRP went from $1 back to 20 cents. I lost everything. Oh, all of y'all that do that type of crying, who crying now, baby? Who's crying now? You, because we up right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is globally unmatched utility, right? Utility, experience, and compliance. There's no other stable coin like it in the world. And why is that? Well, guess what? Today's your lucky day. You're in for a treat because we are about to deep dive into RLUSD, real USD. This is their website on Ripple's website. Stable, transparent, trusted. Ripple USD. You can go and download the white paper. I would highly recommend that everybody goes and reads the white paper and know what you hold, right? Know what you're invested into. Now, to let you all know, if you go and buy RLUSD on any exchange, don't expect the price to move. It's a stable coin, right? So it's going to stay stable. Don't expect the price to move, right? Not like for real. Like if you want price to move, you may want to invest into something that's not a stable coin, okay? And I'm not here to tell you what to invest into because we don't offer financial advice on the show, okay? So just understand that. This is all for entertainment purposes, okay? And you want to make sure you do your own research. But if you don't know how to do the research, that's why you come here to Coffee and Crypto Network, because this is what we do. This is what we do, right? So Ripple USD for business. Intuition trusted by institutions. So it don't say Ripple USD for the general public. It says for business. This is not meant for us. This was never meant for us, right? But guess what? We will be able to utilize it. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to the exchanges that they're listed on. And people say, well, why isn't Coinbase on there? Well, Coinbase is in bed with Circle and BlackRock. So they got their own USDC. They got their own stable coin. So why would they list RLUSD off the jump? Think about it. Oh, well, it's not on crypto.com yet. Okay. It's not on Binance yet. Okay. Well, here's where you can get it. Look at this. Uphold, Bullish, ArchX, Just Digital, Key Rock, Independent Reserve. Now I have a question for everybody. What is the difference between these exchanges versus a Coinbase? Real question. What is the difference between these exchanges versus a Coinbase? I need to see if y'all been paying attention. I need to see if y'all have been paying attention. Because remember, it pays to pay attention. So what's the difference? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what the difference is, okay? Because I don't want to assume that y'all know. Bullish, Uphold, okay, Bitstamp, Zero Hash, Key Rock, ArchX, Independent Reserve. These are crypto exchanges, right? That have a high use of what type of buying? Institutional buying. ArchX is only institutional. Bullish is institutional. Uphold has a huge institutional side. Bitstamp is institutional. Get it? Okay, cool. Let's keep pushing forward.
Take a look at what's on tap in today's show. That final Fed meeting of the year is underway today, and while it is widely anticipated that we'll see a rate cut, a pair of Wall Street experts are going to tell me what questions they hope Fed Chair Jerome Powell will answer when he steps up to the podium. And investors are currently reacting to retail sales data that arrived earlier this morning. My colleague Trinity Chavez is going to speak with Jane Haley and Associate Senior Research Analyst Jessica Ramirez about what story the numbers tell about the state of the consumer. And financial firm Ripple is debuting a new stablecoin today. A crypto expert will join to talk more about it and what we can expect from that industry in 2025. Take a look at what's on.
So what I need y'all to realize is this, okay? Dang, our numbers just jumped on YouTube. It did like a whole blick. Like it literally went up mad people. So I really appreciate everybody just came in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And right now is the time you want to stick around because we're diving really into RLUSD, the Ripple stable coin, and what this means for XRP, what this means for the total crypto landscape altogether. All right. And as you can see, RLUSD right here, Ripple's new stablecoin. This was this morning on the New York Stock Exchange floor, their official podcast that they host. This is what they were talking about as well. So I want y'all to look at this right now. Ripple Swell Conference in 2024 took place October 15th and 16th in Miami. The next one's in 2025. I plan to be here. Now, I want y'all to see the featured speakers. Now, before you see the featured speakers, I'm going to show y'all this right now. Remember this lady, Sheila Bair? Remember her that we just watched this whole 7-minute video and she talked about stable coins in 2018? Oh, Vincent. Okay, so that's why you were talking about her. Well, let me show you why. Because the featured speakers at the Ripple Swell event was the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, right? Adrian Harris, who is the superintendent of the New York State Department of Financial Services, they just approved it. Then you got Sheila Bair, who is the founding chair of the Systemic Risk Council and the former chair of the FDIC. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's get it. So Ripple said, in addition, well, actually, before we get there, let's go back to their website, okay? Because I want you all to see, if I can find it real quick. I want to, here they go. The advisory board. Here's their advisory board for the Ripple stablecoin. Are y'all ready for this? Sheila Bair. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm doing this episode my way today. I'm doing this episode my way today. Here we go. Let's run it back. Let
me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words,
Frank Sinatra was above his time. He wanted to see what spring was like on Jupiter and Mars. I'm letting y'all know right now, we gonna see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Sheila Bair is on the board. Hold on, who else? You got David Pooth. Okay. Now, these are the two right here that's wicked. Kenneth Montgomery, who was the former first vice president and chief operating officer at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, and Raghuram Rajan, former governor of the Reserve Bank of India. Stop playing with me. So stop playing, y'all. Stop playing. Now, I'm going to play Ken Montgomery. Here's a quick clip from Ken Montgomery talking about the FedNow system, Federal Reserve, the FedNow system. Hold on. Let me make sure I show y'all right here on Ripple's website, Kenneth Montgomery. All right, cool. Here we go.
How do you think about FedNow and some of the efforts around digital dollars? Are those two things connected?
I think they're both looking to to address some particular needs. As people are looking at the digital dollar, they're looking for a way to make immediate payments and make it a little more frictionless. And certainly FedNow is addressing the immediate payment component of that. What we see, however, in terms of the digital dollar or some of the other competing mechanisms is how do you then get that out of the banking system? How do you then turn that into cash or other activities? And then what would be some of the consumer protections that would come along with that? Whereas FedNow, all of that would be in the service itself. And certainly we would have the corresponding framework, policy, and operating circulars associated with supporting.
Hold on. So if we know, I want y'all to really think about this. Let me come up to the forefront real quick. Wow. Let me pull it all together because I just had a thought. Lord, let me help me deliver this message to your people the right way, because that thought was crazy. Thank you. Hear me out. If Donald Trump said that there will not be a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, because it seems like the Fed is about to get wiped out because now we have Elon Musk sitting at the head of Doge, the Department of Governmental Efficiency. And they're going after every single 3- and 4-letter organization to either end it or to reconstruct it. The Fed is a part of that. Hold on. So if Donald Trump said there's no CBDC, and he said he's going to make America the crypto capital of the world, he's going to do a 0% tax on American, on US-based crypto companies, that does not include Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or USDT. And then Ripple out of nowhere, right before the new year, right before inauguration, comes out a month before, damn near. We're literally 1 month from Donald Trump, almost 1 month, a couple days. Could RLUSD, who Brad Carlinghouse calls the real USD, could this be the digital dollar with Kenneth Montgomery on the board? In other words, hold my hand. In other words, I love you. Now, we're going to play this clip from Brad Garlinghouse, all right? And Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. All right, some of y'all are extremely wealthy right now. I already know. I've helped some of y'all with your portfolios personally. So I know stuff about your portfolio that, you know, that some of your closest family members don't know. I want to say congratulations, because I know some of y'all sitting real nice right now.
I think the stablecoin market is exciting and obviously has grown. We're about $170 billion market today. Some have forecasted it to be $2 trillion in 5 years. Ripple already was using stablecoins in our payment flows with our customers. And there was a time when we were that Ripple was minting 20% of all USDC. And so we felt like, look, it only makes sense. Obviously, there was a big event last spring in the United States, 18 months ago, where USDC depegged. And we felt like there was an opportunity for a credible player that's already working with lots of financial institutions to lean into that market. So we're very close to launching that. And look, the last thing I'll say about this, Ripple has always, because we're in the payments business from our origins, we've always been a compliance first company. We've always been we need to work with regulators. We need to make sure we have licensing in place. And we think there's an opportunity for another player in the stablecoin market to exist that focuses on institutions, focuses on a compliance first point of view.
Hey, someone on the YouTube said we gained a whole 15 cents. I want to tell you like this. You couldn't even have bought one XRP currently today. One. And not be up more than 15 cents. Ain't that crazy? Anyway, here's the white paper for Ripple. I wanted to read the executive summary. Okay, it was very important. For over a decade, Ripple has been an industry leader in providing enterprise blockchain solutions that enable global financial institutions, right? Okay. Now, businesses, governments, and developers to move, manage, store, and tokenize value, helping to unlock greater economic opportunity for everyone, everywhere. All right. Hey, check this out right here. Look, because listen, if you come, I'm gonna tell y'all how I am right now. If you come on my damn feed, I don't care if it's YouTube, Zoom, Instagram, I'm gonna block your ass for talking any way that we don't want to hear here. Take those negative thoughts with your negative ass off my YouTube channel before you get blocked. Because I'm on it right now. Say one more thing. I'm like Pinky. Say one more thing. How dare you? Say one more thing. All right, well, just like that, you are gone. Watch this right here. Watch this. Matter of fact, I'm going to just put you in timeout. I'm going to put you in timeout for 24 hours. There you go. You've been timed out. You in timeout now. Look, I'm treating folks like kids now. You know, I put you in timeout. Go take a nap. Go take a nap. Take a nap. Go back to sleep. You know what I mean? Stay asleep. That's what I do. Hey, I love YouTube. That thing said timeout for 24 hours. I put folks in timeout. That's me giving you a wedgie, right? You got a little I gave your ass a wedgie. I don't care no more. I'm on top of it. Oh, look at this right here. Hold on. Here we go. Watch this right here. Let me put Carlos in timeout too. Hold on. Here you go, Carlos. Timeout. Look at that right there. Hey, that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube is I got it right here next to me. I could just press timeout and put your little behind in timeout. Look at that right there. Now, anyway, back to what we were talking about. Our vision has always been to build the internet of value. The idea that value should be able to move in the way information moves today. Together with our customers and partners, right? Ripple is helping transform how people and businesses access financial services. Right now, I want y'all to skip down to here. Okay, look at this right here. Here we go. RLUSD is issued by Standard Custody and Trust Company. Now, who is Standard Custody? Okay, well, this is Standard Custody, your institutional grade digital asset custody solution. Only for, again, institutions, right? Now, Standard Custody has been granted charter status, right? So they are a bank by the New York State Department of Financial Services, the same people that just approved RLUSD. Okay, so Vincent, people say, people say, people say, people say, all right, who is the CEO of Charter Custody? Well, I need y'all to see something right here. His name is Jack McDonald. So I went over to Jack McDonald's LinkedIn because you know I'm nosy. And he got Ripple at the top. He's the senior vice president of stablecoins at Ripple. And he's the CEO of Standard Custody and Trust Company. They just doing, listen, Ripple just having their way. Listen, they're having their way. There's no other way to have it but theirs. So they're having their way. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Ripple aims to work within and improve existing financial systems rather than disrupting them. We collaborate with our institutional customers to streamline their underlying infrastructure and work with regulators, governments, and central banks to ensure our solutions are secure and compliant. Ripple holds licenses in the world's top financial markets, including a limited purpose trust charter and BIT license issued by the NYDFS, money transmitter licenses, and or the local equivalent in 50 plus US states and territories, a major payments institution license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, a virtual asset service provider registration from the Central Bank of Ireland, and a VASP registration from the Cayman Island Monetary Authority. Ripple is highly buttoned up. Highly buttoned up. And I want y'all to hear who else is on their board. Now, this right here, this right here we've been talking about for years. But I want y'all to listen to Rosie Rios and what she talks about in this quick clip right here, because it is extremely important and imperative that each and every single one of you all know exactly who Rosie Rios is and why she's so important on being on the board of Ripple as well. Let's go.
volunteers, every single one of us. And of the 24 members, there are 16 private citizens and 8 standing members of Congress, 4 from the Senate, 4 from the House. And all of them are appointed by the Senate and House majority and minority leaders. So we're equally represented on a partisan front. But again, thankfully, we're all partisan, bipartisan, nonpartisan. No political ideology has made its way through any of our conversations. And I was appointed by the Senate majority leader as a member of the commission and as chair by the president. But I came through, I mean, look, my background's in finance. I was managing director of investments up until 2008 for a $22 billion firm based in San Francisco. But I did serve on the Treasury Federal Reserve transition team at the height of the financial crisis. So from November of 2008 to February of 2009, I was one of about 24 finance professionals who were brought in to put the economy back on track. If you remember the financial crisis, a very scary time. And I never in a million years thought I would ever work for the federal government. But of those 24 or so members, about half a dozen recommended for a permanent appointment, and I was one of them. So I served as Treasurer of the United States for a full 8 years, and then continued my work. I launched a nonprofit in 2016 called Empowerment 2026, and then also served on the Treasury transition team in the fall of 2020 during the pandemic recovery. So I would consider this, I suppose, when I was appointed as chair 2 years ago, as my 4th tour of duty. And look, I never, ever thought I'd be doing this, but, you know, never say never. And I do believe this is obviously one of the most historical and significant milestones for our country. What it means to be the oldest democracy in the world has a responsibility, and the eyes of the world will be watching us, not just because of the 250th in 2026, but it's also the World Cup in 2026. And let's not forget, 2 short years later is the Olympics in 2028. So most recently, I was on this panel at the Milken Global Institute in LA, where it was me and it was Gianni Infantino, the head of FIFA, and then Janet Evans and Lindsey Vonn, gold medalists, talking about the convergence of these 3 historical milestones, all happening in the US, all in these global platforms. Well,
do y'all know what's about to happen? Let me go ahead and let y'all know. The World Cup is coming to Atlanta, Georgia in 2026. That means people from all over the world is going to be traveling. That means there's going to be so much Forex transactions, foreign exchange, from one country to another country in the year 2026. They are going to be able to move money faster, more seamless, you know, and cheaper for people all over the world to come right here to be able to utilize RLUSD. There's about to be so much money inflowing by the year 2026 into the XRP ledger, and they know it. And that's why they sit in front of you and they post these videos, and I'm telling you right now, we know something. And I want to say congratulations to everybody. We got rid of the bad actors off YouTube. And just know something. I got a message for YouTube. If you think that you ever gonna come on my show and disrespect me or anybody at that matter, you will be put in timeout. You know, you will be put directly in timeout. Playing patty cake, okay, with your nose to the corner. Playing patty cake with your nose to the corner. Remember when they used to say, put your nose in the corner? Anybody remember that before? When they used to tell us to go put our nose, put your nose in the corner. That's what I'm going to start doing to y'all. Start putting your nose in the corner. So make sure you don't come to my YouTube channel with that crap, because I ain't going to block you. Okay, I ain't going to block your blessing, but I will stifle your innovation. With that being said, thank y'all so much for being the best part of Coffee and Crypto. Now, we are going to start our Q&A segment. Okay, we're going to start our Q&A segment. Before we do that, though, I got one last thing to show y'all real quick. Okay, I got one last thing to show y'all real quick. Go ahead and raise those hands up, by the way. Raise those hands up. I just want y'all to see this real quick. This is Rosie Rios. She was the treasurer. Okay, if you look right here, or if you have any type of bill in front of you right now, 9 times out of 10, her name is the one that's signed at the bottom left-hand corner of these bills. Now, Rosie Rios, okay, if you didn't know, Rosie Rios, okay, hold on. Here we go. Yes, Rosa, what I can't say that name. Rios, also known as Rosie Rios, is a board member for Ripple. She served as the 43rd treasurer of the United States. If Ripple and Hedera Hashgraph does not have enough institutional players and high-level leaders that have been in business, been leading for years on their board and their governing councils, and you don't agree with that, I don't know what else to tell you. There's no LLC for Bitcoin. You hear me? There's no LLC for Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not have a board of trustees. Bitcoin does not have anybody to hold it accountable. But these other companies do. Be careful who you listen to, because in these last moments, this will be the reason why you win or you lose in this industry. With that being said, let me go ahead and ask my big bro, Craw Billy, to go ahead and unmute. What's going on, big homie?
I got a new song for you today. You ready?
I'm ready.
If you never heard of Rosie by now, you are late as hell, bro. I don't know. Ooh, something like that. Yeah. That's good stuff. It's like a refresher course from episode number 1. Because, I mean, I've got people texting
You breaking up just a little bit, Billy. You might want to turn your Wi-Fi off on your phone. Disconnect your Wi-Fi.
Is that how you do it? I'm just driving. But look, cryptocurrency. What do I tell them? I mean, how will we find out how to get involved? I saw somebody on Facebook today. I hadn't talked to them about crypto ever, but they said on Facebook, I believe now in Bitcoin. And now I believe this is for real. It's $107,000. Now they believe in Bitcoin. Things are great because you got to start, right? What's the guy say? The secret to success is starting. So anyway, 240 later. I mean, it's like a touch-up course. I had such fun yesterday. I had to tell you my story one day. Me and my wife riding down the road just had this story. I actually went shopping, and when I got back to my internet, I found out that I had just made all that money back.
Wow.
That's stupid.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
Is that fun? I mean, it was fun to me. It's crazy how that could happen. How could that happen?
Mm-hmm.
It happened because I paid attention, right?
There you go.
Paid attention. I'm excited. A little scared, a little excited. I'm more excited than scared, you know. At some point, you kind of get over being scared. You just keep paying attention. So I'm excited about it. I'm ready for Mo or somebody else to pop up.
Yeah, we got 2 more people.
Tell me something, Darren. Tell me.
We got 2 more people.
What is Garvin? I'm sorry. I can't even think of his name, but I know I love him, love you. So let's see you on Tuesday.
Thank you, Billy. Love you so much. Yes, sir. Let's call him my little bro. What up, Zattrick?
What's
What
up, man? What's up? What's up? I got somebody to sign up for crypto yesterday after talking to her about XRP for about a month and some change. And this is how I got her. She was like, I don't know nothing about it. I said, how do you get on your phone and call somebody somewhere else? Do you know how that works? She said she don't. I said, you smoke. When you be smoking, you ain't getting no return on this. I said, look, you don't gotta know how something works to use it. You're using your phone right now. You're using it. You're using it without even knowing it. And she signed up right after that. So I'm here to tell y'all, man, get on this train before it's too late. If somebody say they don't know how to use it, there's a lot of things we don't know how to use. You just put gas in your car and the gas does what it do. You don't know where your gas goes in your car. You just put it in your car. So you can just put this crypto in your wallet and let it do what it do. I mean, they talk about it's hard. I don't got money for it. Shit is hard being broke. I mean, which card do y'all want to choose? That's all I'm trying to figure out, man. The excuses have got to stop. You can't save everybody. Because, once, I ain't gonna lie, I'm happy XRP's doing what it's doing. I still feel like I missed out because I ain't got enough. And I'm still buying to this day. So I just want y'all to know, don't give up, man. The party's just getting started. When Uncle Trump get in office, that's when the party's really gonna take off because he pushing it. He's pushing it. Like you don't have to like him to make money. You just gotta follow the instructions. Like, do you want to stay broke? This is I be telling people it's the future, but technically it's really right now. Like it's not even the future. Like this is the present moment. I guess we're still early because not 5% of the people, 5% of the world ain't using it, or in America's not using it. But imagine when we get to 10%, or we get to 15%, or we get to 20%. There's a lot of people that don't know what's going on. So the fact that you're in right now, just buckle up your seatbelt and get ready for the move, man.
Hey, well said, Zattrick. Hey, my boy TJ said, well said, Z. Well said. That was awesome. That was awesome. Reach. Let me go ahead and call up my boy Mo.
Hey, one thing I gotta say, man, right? When they fuck with Vincent, they fuck with the squad. Tell them who got left off bad and bougie. Now one of us did.
That wasn't us.
Who got left out of crypto? They ass did. Raindrops, drop top, smoking on cooking a hot box, my
yes,
nigga.
Sir.
Let's go. We been bullish. We been knew what was going on, man. And you always bring the news to the people, man. Let them have they want to, man. They're not gonna be in the drop top. You feel me? They're gonna be the ones left off bad and bougie. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Straight like that. I love you, man. Have a blessed one.
Hey,
Everybody on the call, I love y'all. Have a blessed one.
Hey, who got left? Hey, we need to meet up. Hey, Zattrick, me, you, and Mo need to meet up, and we need an interviewer. Yo, we need to recreate that, like ASAP. Like I'm calling. We're like me, you, Zattrick. We need an interviewer. I need 5 people that's in the Atlanta area, including myself. So 6 people. Let's go ahead and meet up. We can meet up somewhere, and I want to recreate that side. I want to recreate that scene.
Yeah, I'm ready when you're ready, brother.
Yeah, I want to recreate that scene. You know what I'm saying? Who got left back off? Who got left out crypto? I ain't got left out crypto.
I ain't got left out crypto. You said I was right there.
I was right there.
I was right there.
Hey, listen, man. If y'all interested in being in this parody, in this skit, we gonna do it. Looks like we might do this on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking we could do it Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking Thursday. It's Friday. We got to come up with a time to be able to do it together because I know everybody's scheduled on different times. The weekend might be even better. You know what I'm saying? But we just need one time we can get together as a group real quick and make that video. I think that would be absolutely monumental for the views on social media. So thank you, Mo. I appreciate you, bro. Drop top
man,
twins.
It's all love, man. We family, bro. Man, look, drop top twins, man.
Drop top twins.
I'm gonna keep saying until the vein pop out my head, man.
Right, you feel me? Folks talking about, man, this guy gonna tell me I was talking to an investment banker, and he's in bonds, and he was like, yeah, people not gonna believe you with the crypto. I said they're gonna believe me when I pop out with Ferrari. That's what I told him in his face. I said when I get this Ferrari, And he said, well, young man, I would just tell you, if when you come into your first million, don't go buy a Ferrari. I said, brother, I'm financially literate. I said, I know that. I said, with crypto, we not doing this for 1 million. I'm
Hell
doing it to
no.
be worth 100 million plus,
Man,
big.
this for our
I
kids,
said, and when
kids,
this 100 million is
kids.
in, when this
Come on,
100
man.
million is in, I'm gonna buy anything I want.
Anything.
Anything I want.
Anything. Nigga, we'll go get a private jet and we rent it out and still make money off y'all because y'all ain't invest.
Anything I want.
Who got left off Bad and Bougie?
Who got left out of crypto?
Oh, come on now.
I mean, with
That'll
that
be the
being
first
said,
thing I tell them.
man, with that being said, family, it's 11:11. I appreciate everybody. I got to get up out of here. I got some other things I got to handle today. I love each and every single one of y'all. Thank y'all so much for being the best part of the show. And just like said every time, I'll see y'all at the beaches and the banks of the world, or maybe in the back of my drop top Maybach, sitting with DJ Khaled and Mo, smoking on Cohibas and drinking some of the finest champagne that we could find.
And rum too.
And rum, because my boy is really from the islands.
Facts.
But with that being said, we will see y'all soon. Thank you so much.